Why consuming red pill content can be dangerous in unexpected ways. There is certainly a lot of red pill content online. It's very interesting, it's very accurate, it's very informative. But even though it intends to help you become a better person, it might be keeping you from living your best life. And in order to understand why, we need to look at a couple of different ideas and see how when they combine together, they can keep you trapped on the sidelines of life. The first idea is evolutionary psychology. Evolutionary psychology is the study of human instincts and how our instincts evolved and how they drive our behaviors, our language, and our thinking. And within the realm of evolutionary psychology is the idea of instinct mismatch, meaning that our instincts evolved in an environment that is much different than the one that we live in today. The perfect example is hunger. It was a fantastic trait to eat as much as you could whenever you could back in the day. But if you did that today, it would kill you. The instinct is improperly matched to our current environment. Another instinct that falls under the category of instinct mismatch is our anger projection energy. It was a very good response to get angry at the world when you fell short of your expectations. If you were out hunting and you threw your spear at an animal and you missed, it was a very appropriate and helpful response to get angry at the animal, because that gave you more energy to pursue and kill and eat the animal. And this instinct is still kind of helpful today if you're operating on an inanimate object, like you're trying to loosen the lug nut on your car and it's not budging and you get angry, and that anger compels you to try harder and you actually loosen the lug nut. So it actually helps you to achieve your goal. That was its intentional purpose, its original purpose. To give you anger to help you achieve your original goal. But today it's a different environment, just like with hunger. Back then it was an absolutely zero-sum game. For every winner there was a loser. For every caveman that won there was a dead animal that was going to get eaten. But today it's a non-zero-sum game. Today, our operations on the world are intended to create relationships with other people, mutually beneficial relationships. And if you try to create a mutually beneficial relationship and you fall short, anger is not the best response. It's the worst response. So this is the first piece of the puzzle. You have a lot of men that are falling short of their romantic and sexual expectations, and the natural instinctive response is to get angry at the world. And get angry at the world and blame the world for the shortcoming. Just like ancient cavemen blamed the animal for their inability to kill the animal. And that gave them the anger to kill the animal. So today you have a lot of men that are falling short of their romantic and sexual expectations, and the instinctive subconscious response is to blame the world and get angry at the world. It's interesting to note that economist and Thomas Sowell has said in many of his books that this is the basis, this structure is the basis for the most common political lie of all time. You're a politician, you want to have power over people, and you tap this instinct by saying, your problems are not your fault. Your problems are somebody else's fault. Give me power and I will fix it. So on the one side, you have the red pill content consumers that have this ancient instinct that compels them to get angry at the world for their shortcomings, for their lack of success. But on the other side, you have these red pill content creators. And if you just took all of the red pill content creators, hundreds or thousands of them, the content that's going to be the most successful, the most popular, is the content that speaks to this deep instinct. And that's exactly what you see. You see a lot of videos that go in great detail about the problems of the world. They go in great detail about the problems of the economy, of online dating, of marriage, of divorce, of government, of wokeness. And this is the perfect match for what these guys suspect is the real problem. And it validates what they suspect, what they subconsciously suspect is true. Now, this causes something much more insidious, because not only does these ideas validate their deep suspicions, but the most popular red pill videos have tons of views, millions of subscribers. And that kicks off authority and social proof. Whenever you have an idea that has authority and social proof attached to it, we accept the idea without question. It's very hard to independently question an idea that comes into our brain with authority and social proof. So now you have these ideas from the red pill content creators that perfectly match what these guys suspect is true, but they are authority and socially proved, which means they're very, very hard to question. They're just accepted as true. And once this happens, the next step kicks in, and that is the sour grapes effect. This is based on the fox who looked up at the grapes. He wanted the grapes, but he couldn't jump high enough to get the grapes. So instead of saying, I'd like those grapes, but I can't get them, maybe I should try something different, he reframed his desires to protect his ego. And he said, you know what? I don't really want those grapes. They're probably sour. Look at those sour grapes. You can tell they're sour just by looking at them. And this is what a lot of men are doing today. They're responding to this environment, to this situation, to this convolution of ideas by saying, you know what, I don't want to get in the dating game anyway. I don't want to be with a woman anyway. Just look how broken women are today. Look how sour they are. And the end result is that men are staying on the sidelines their entire life. They're deciding to stay on the sidelines. Why should I get in the game if I'm only going to get my heart broken, or if I'm going to get divorce raped? And this is a tragedy. Because I promise you, as a normal heterosexual male, if you are a normal heterosexual male, there's no pleasure in life that is greater than a woman that loves to be with you, that enjoys being with you. And at the end of your life, when you're going back over your life and you're reviewing your best moments, you're not going to fondly remember the time that you safely stayed on the sidelines. You're going to remember those small risks that you took that ended in success. So just be careful when consuming red pill content. Yes, it's interesting. Yes, it's informative. Yes, it can help you keep from getting hurt, but only if you get in the game and carry that red pill information with you. If red pill content is keeping you trapped on the sidelines, consider re-evaluating your strategies. Because you're not going to have a very successful life if you stay on the sidelines your entire life. Because life is the game. Getting in the game is where life is. Getting in the game is where all the action is. Getting in the game is where all the pleasure is. We are social animals. We're meant to be social with other people. We're meant to be social with men and women. So think about this. And maybe think about getting in the game just a little bit. You don't need to get married. You don't need to get a girlfriend, but just get in the game and start to make small talk with people. Learn some social skills. Practice your social skills. Slowly build a social network. Talk to pretty girls, and whenever she starts throwing up red flags, disqualify her, and thank her for her time, and move on to the next person. You don't need to date her. You don't even need to get her number. But talking to pretty girls is an enjoyable thing to do. You don't need to worry about all the bad things they talk about on the red pill content. Just enjoy life. Enjoy women and disqualify her whenever she throws up some red flags, and then move on to the next one. This is the purpose of life, to get in the game and live your life. Let me know what you think in the comments. To learn more about how to improve your communication skills, check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.